All right, so we got the T Create in the system right now, and we're going to see the timings and check out the actual performance of this RAM kit. All right, so I have hardware info opened up. So instead of doing that, so what we'll do, I'll show you how we do this and check everything out for this. So hardware info, you got to click on memory here, and we can check out the timings. So again, total memory size is 32 gigabytes. Current memory clock is at 5600 megatransfers per second. You divide that by 2 and it'll tell you what the memory clock is, 2800 megahertz. So the current timings are TCAS, which is your cache latency, TRCD, TRP, and TRAS. So 46, 46, 46, 89. Memory channel supported is 4. Memory channels active, it says 4. There's not 4 active channels. There's only 2 active channels. It's a 4-DIMM motherboard, but there's only 2 sticks of RAM in it. Command rate, so T2. T2 is generally standard for Intel. T1 is generally for AMD. You can put T1 on Intel, but you gotta do some manual tuning by yourself. So we got some decent timings here. For this kit of RAM, in my opinion, this is fairly decent. So ones we're going to be really looking at is your read to writes, which are 20, which are fairly decent. 16 or 18 would be better, but 20 is okay. Your read to writes here are actually fairly decent. 84 and 62, which is what we're looking for, is a lower number on these as well. Right around 64 and 48 would be a bit better, but my opinion, 84 and 62 is just fine for a cheap kit of RAM. Next ones we're going to be looking at is our RC, so TRC right here. So your row cycle time, 135T, which is fairly decent. Generally, some kits of RAM are around 140, 150. They can even be 170, but the lower the number, again, the better. Refresh cycle, so your TRFC 447 is very, very good. Generally, the higher the frequency, or generally the higher the megatransfers per second of the actual RAM kit, the higher the number. So since these are just 5600 megatransfers per second, 447 is pretty good. TFA at 32 is fairly standard, and for Hynix A die and M die, you can lower these quite a bit. Hynix M die, you can lower TFA to 16, and it's quite a bit of performance gains. So these timings look fairly good in my opinion. Now we're going to look at the actual performance. So we're going to open up Benchmate. And 7-zip is going to show you the performance of your CPU and RAM. And the more better or faster the RAM, basically, for 7-zip is going to show you the better results, as in give you a better result for decompression and compression. This is a 13900K with a Z690 ORS master on a custom water loop with a custom monoblock, so it stays fairly cool. This is a 24 core CPU, so the performance should be fairly good. And generally with these kind of kits of RAMs, and for people, like it says it's made for and made by creators, you're gonna have a higher core than a higher clock rate of CPU. This is a 13900K, so all cores 5.5 and 4.3. So 5.5 on the P cores and 4.3 on the E cores on stock. So it is quite a powerful CPU and works very well for creators. If you're gaming, you should check out the other videos in my channel there, as in I do have other videos showing for gamers, as in you don't need all the cores for gaming, and you can get a better performance in games if you disable the E cores. So here we go, 184, 801 MIPS. So that's pretty good in my opinion for this kit of RAM. I will be throwing in a 5200 megatransfers per second Corsair Vengeance kit, also a very cheap kit of RAM that you can get for right around $100, same price as these ones, but it's 5200 CL38 or CL40. Depending on the kit you get, it's going to be CL40. You can do XMP1 or XMP2, which will do a little bit better timings. This kit of RAM, though, you don't need to enable any kind of XMP. You don't need to do anything. You just put the RAM kit in the actual, like you just put the RAM kit in, and it's at 5600 megatransfers per second. That is one thing that's good about this kit of RAM. You don't need to, figure out how to enable XMP or do anything of that sorts. It puts the 1.1 volts at 5600 megatransfers per second CL46 automatically. You do not have to figure anything out. So here we go, 184,801 MIPS, which is pretty good in my opinion. We will run it again on real time this time and see. All right, next test we're going to try out is a Y cruncher. So we're going to do a Y cruncher 1B here, and we're going to just put it going. All right, so we did a 20.893 seconds on a Pi 1 billion. It's pretty good in my opinion. Stable, as in I can do Pi 2.5B or 5B if I wanted to. These kits are RAMs. Again, only 1.1 volts, so the temperature is very low. And I'll show the temperature here in a second with hardware monitor. I won't use hardware info. Hardware info, it shows the exact same. Hardware monitor show the temperature, and that a lot easier. So we'll just do that. So here it is. So Team Group Inc. UD5 5600. So VDD node A is 1.1 volt, VDDQ is 1.1 volt as well, and VDDP is 1.8 volts. So voltage out is 1.8 and voltage out 1.0. So 1 volt. Core temperatures at 31C, so they're running right around 31C, and that's after the test, so pretty good there. Power draw, they don't even use a watt per stick. They literally use 0.63 watts for this kit of RAM. So very, very low wattage. Second one, again, same thing, 1.1 volts, VDDQ 1.1, VDDP 1.8, VDD out 1.8, and V out 1.0, 1 volt. So 31C again. This one will be a little bit higher for this one because it's closer to the CPU. So temperature's a little bit higher, but again, just using not even 1 watt per stick of RAM, which is really nice to see, and that's pretty good. And here's the 13900K, all 24 core, 5.5 gigahertz on the P cores, 4.3 on the E cores, and that's the performance there. I'll throw in a Corsair Vengeance, so right here, Corsair Vengeance 5200 CL40 kit, and we'll compare those and see what is the outcome of those, as in these are the cheapest kits of RAM you can get. These T creates are very good. You can find them on sale for around $80 on Amazon. Sometimes they're right around $100 normal, so but they're not going to be the Hynix A die or M die you're looking for. If you get lucky, you might get Hynix A die, but generally you're going to get Hynix, you're going to get Micron just like me. Okay, so we have the Corsair Vengeance 5200 kit in now, and we're going to show it right here with hardware info again. Total memory size 32 gigabytes. Current memory clock is 2400 megahertz per second, and that is 4800 mega transfers per second. So, and timings are CL40, 40, 40, 76. Command rate T2, all that is basically the same. The timings again we're looking at is a read to write here, and 20 and 22 and 18 18. So read to write here SG, and read to write DG. 18 18 is a little bit lower, but again, this is without any kind of XMP, so it's only at 4800 mega transfers per second. Unlike the Corsair, or unlike the T Create kits of RAM here that I showed before, when you put these T crates in your motherboard for the first time, it will automatically go to 5600 mega transfers per second at CL46 at 1.1 volts. That's it. So right now, this kit of RAM will be at 1.1 volts, but it'll be at basically JEDEC speeds, as you want to call it, at 4800 megatransfers per second. Not even at the XMP of 5200 megatransfers per second. And again, we're going to be looking at TFA. It's pretty standard, 32. TRFC is a little bit lower, but again, this is only at 4,800 megatransfers per second. So we can assume that it will be at this speed. TRC is at 116, which is pretty good in my opinion. Right around the 116 to 130 is generally what you're going to be seeing. So this is pretty good in my opinion for just putting this kit of RAM in. But unlike the T Create, you have to enable the XMP. So I'll do that right now, and I'll show you the actual performance. Okay, so now I enabled the XMP on this Corsair Vengeance kit of RAM, 32 gigabytes CL40 kit. And here we go. We can show the actual timings now. So total memory size is 32 gigabytes again. Current memory clock is now at 2600 megahertz or 5200 mega transfers per second. Current timing is TCAS, TRCD, TRP, and TRAS is 40, 40, 40, 77. So a little bit lower on the TRAS, which is quite nice to see. Memory channel supported. Again, it's only just 2 sticks of RAM. So yeah, there might be 4 memory channels supported, but there's actually only 2 DIMMs in the actual motherboard right now. So again, it's T2 for command rate. We're going to look down at the read to write. So your TRDWRSG and your TRDWRDG. So same bank group and different bank group. 20. So again, same thing. 20 is what it is. Again, a little bit lower would be nicer to see, either 16 or 18, but 20 is just fine as well. Next, we're going to be looking at is our WTP 88, and our read writes here is 77. Our TRFC is 415, so as you can see, it went up quite a bit there from 387 to 415 just by enabling the XMP, and that's because the higher the clock rate of the RAM kit, the higher this needs to be, and or raising up the voltage can actually help that as well. TFA 32, so again, pretty standard there. This is Micron, just like the T Create. This is still Micron. Just a older batch of Micron, one of the first batches of Micron that came out. So next we'll show the temperatures and that as well. We'll open up Benchmade here and show the performance. So we will look at the temperatures here. So it's at 1.25 volts. It'll fluctuate voltage a little bit, but it's at 1.25 volts for VDD, VDDQ as well. And the temperatures are 28 degrees Celsius right now, but we will run 7-zip first, so 28. So before we were hitting about 31 on the T Create at 1.1 volts. We'll run 7-zip here, normal priority, and see the actual performance. Again, this is stock settings with 13900K. So 183,999 MIPS, which is pretty good in my opinion. So very nice. We'll run this on real time now and see the performance on real time, which is just all the CPU power, all the RAM power to this test, basically. Everything's being utilized for this test. So almost reaching the T Create. Almost reaching T Creates at 5600 versus 5200 for Corsair. Next, we're going to do Y Cruncher, and then we're going to check the temperature. So 21 seconds, not as fast as the T Creates 5600 megatransfers per second, but it's still fairly good in my opinion, just for 5200 megatransfers per second. Now we're going to check out the temperature and see what the temperature is saying. So just hardware monitor, just show temperature, and that's very easy for everyone to see. And the temperature is about 1 degree. It is about hitting probably around 33 degrees Celsius on these sticks. So It is a little bit hotter, but that's because it is at 1.25 volts versus T creates 1.1 volts for their kit of RAM. So the performance is pretty good in my opinion for both these kits of RAM. The T Create, in my opinion, is a lot handier for like a lot more handier for people that are not tech savvy, do not know anything about the BIOS, don't want to have to do all the research and that on it. They can just plug and play this kit of RAM. It'll do the 5600 mega transfers per second at CL46. Now CL46 does not sound very good. CL30 sounds better, but in my opinion, for content creators, it's better. It's more than enough for content creators, and it's very stable at a very low voltage, which means this kit of RAM will last a very long time and won't get that hot. So if you have like a 4090, 5090, or some sort of GPU of that sort that is very, very hot and your PC gets very hot, this kit of RAM will stay fairly cool compared to other kits of RAM. And that is a very, very good bonus for people that do workstations all day long. They're editing, they're doing everything that they can with their PC, and their PC gets hot. They don't have to worry about crashing because of their RAM kits getting too hot. So, in my opinion, the 5600 megatransfers per second T Create, perfect for content creators. Although other people are saying that you can get Hynix A die, it's not a guarantee on Amazon that you get Hynix A die. Um, you're more or less going to get, especially right now when I got this kit of RAM not too long ago, and it's going to be Micron, and it's not terrible to get Micron, um, but it's not Hynix M die or A die. Um, but yeah, so let me know in the comment section below on whether or not this video helped you figure out whether or not this kit of RAM is good for you. In my opinion, for content creators, again, this is very good for non-tech savvy people that don't want to deal with the BIOS. This kit of RAM is very good as it just plug and play. You put it into your motherboard and that's it. That's all you have to do, and it's already working as advertised. Very simple for everyone and everyone and anyone, basically. So again, let me know in the comment section below what you thought, whether or not you have this kit of RAM, what kind of kit of RAM you have. So again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donators. You guys are helping out this channel greatly. Again, leave me a comment in the comment section below whether or not this video helped you figure out what kind of kit of RAM is good for you. If you do like the plug and play aspect of this RAM, if you like the how it's only 1.1 volts and it stays fairly cool. Let me know if you have any kind of kits of RAM like this, or want me to review any other kind of RAM kits. Just let me know in the comment section below. Again, thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to get her done.